Welcome back. Today we're going to talk about recovery, long-term recovery strategies. Julie asked me to put together a seminar for the team about recovery for middle-aged athletes, but what I'm going to explain is a system that really works for anybody, from your kids, yourself, elites, you name it. And my first thought when she asked me is, well, to tell you the story about my recovery at 55, I need to start by telling you about a couple decisions I made when I was 17. And so that's what today's going to be about. So when I was 17, I arrived at university and I made a couple of good decisions for my future self. So I decided to study economics and finance. And so my courses were finance, accounting, math, programming. That's where I put most of my effort into. All of those courses gave me a skill set that was very employable. And when I wrapped that skill set around the opportunity to work in finance, I was able to earn good money eventually, not at the beginning. The other good decision I made was to work and to save in university. So starting right away. So I was working the whole way through school, little help from my family combined with going to school in Canada back then, which was very affordable, and a few scholarships that covered my tuition, and I graduated debt-free. And that was another thing that helped me as well. In terms of a legacy that you can offer your kids, I would say education to the best of their ability, followed by debt-free graduation, is going to be worth much more to your kids than whatever you happen to leave them late in your life. So that's just something to bear in mind. That's kind of more of a True Wealth thing, my other publication. But those two factors, the ability to earn and then the ability to live within my means. So roll forward 4 years, I graduate, I turn up in London, I have an opportunity for a summer internship, and I make another decision. I decide and pull it off for about 18 years. I'm going to always live on 50% or less of my take-home pay. So what that meant was, and coming out of college is not that hard because you're used to living relatively cheaply. But what that meant was for every year I worked, I was in effect saving a year. And I lived very inexpensively. And I spent a lot of time just working. Back then, I didn't train much. That didn't come until my mid-20s when I got moving. And ultimately, I didn't really start training until my late 20s. So those factors, the ability to earn, the ability to live under your means, whatever they are. If you roll those for a series of years, you will reduce the financial stress you're under. As well, you will have the opportunity to work less and to put that time into sport, or when instead of working and training, you'll be able to work part-time and train. And that'll reduce your total stress load, which will improve your adaptations to training. Now, how might that be relevant to an elite? Well, sponsors can often make demands on your time, and they can make demands to travel. And that can be very fatiguing, and it doesn't necessarily help us win races. And so by having the flexibility to be self-funded and backing yourself, you can say no to some of those opportunities which fatigue you via time, travel, and share of mind. Same kind of thing. So with our kids, they're pretty busy with school, and we try and keep empty space in their week. So I'm fond of saying, 2 back-to-back easy days. With our kids, they don't quite get 2 back-to-back easy days. But what we do is we leave Friday open for them. And we don't have anything scheduled for Friday, and we leave Sunday open for them unless they have a swim meet on the weekend or something. So this concept of open days and creating space can also work for you. Now, financial stability was this chat. Next time, I'm going to talk a little bit about emotional stability and some of the challenges in my life which have helped me improve my emotional stability. So you can tune in for that next time. Thanks for listening.